and our executive at Chromatic Records barely registered her mother's voice through the morning haze of her third espresso, the aroma of stale coffee, and last night's regret hung heavy in her cramped Viridian Quarter apartment. Her gaze drifted from the chipped mug to the peeling wallpaper, a silent testament to her landlord's, also her father's, laissez-faire approach to property management. What? Ma, is it National Annoy Your Grown Daughter Before 8 a.m. Day? Cassie's tone was as sharp as the needle on a vintage vinyl. Ophelia Fee Thorne, a woman whose life was a perpetual one-woman show, clucked disapprovingly from the other end of the line. Your father's and my 25th anniversary. Darling, isn't that something? Cassie pinched the bridge of her nose. 25 years. And wouldn't it be truly wonderful if you hadn't been divorced for the last 22 of them? Fee's theatrical sigh echoed through the phone. I'm not saying I'm expecting gifts, Cassandra. Just recognition. A moment of quiet reflection on what could have been, right? And I'm not expecting a new apartment, but here we are. Cassie shifted gears, her voice laced with a hopeful edge. So, what do you need for your new apartment? Fee. A set of earplugs for when I blast my death metal. Fee, ever the master of selective hearing, ignored the sarcasm. Oh, I'll let you know after I see the place. You haven't seen it yet. No, I have to get the key from Dad. But it's the top floor of the Muse lofts, so it's got to have a better view than this pigeon coop. I can probably see the entire Viridia Bay from up there. Maybe even the glimmering Golden Gate Bridge on a clear day. And who knows, Cassie mused, picturing sun-drenched rooms, maybe it'll even have skylights. I mean, after that guy broke into my apartment last month, I'm hoping for anything that doesn't involve a fire escape as a welcome mat. Well, yes, darling, that's what I'm hoping for too, Fee replied, her voice saccharine. A fresh start, a new canvas for your unique aesthetic. Cassie rolled her eyes. Her unique aesthetic primarily involved band posters, overflowing bookshelves, and a perpetually unmade bed. The top floor of the Muse lofts, with its rumored panoramic views and ample space, had been her dream for years. Her father, Percival Thorne, a real estate mogul whose empire stretched across Viridia Bay, owned the entire building. He'd promised her the apartment once the previous tenant, a notoriously grumpy lady named Miss Grimshaw, finally moved on. A knock at her door. Hey, we had a deal. Thorne, my breakfast burrito is getting cold. It was Leo Maxwell, Cassie's best friend and resident sarcastic philosopher. He was an aspiring screenwriter whose primary source of income seemed to be judging Cassie's life choices. Okay, I'm listening, Cassie yelled back, then lowered her voice for Fee. Gotta go. Ma, my secretary's passing a stone. She hung up before Fee could launch into another dramatic monologue about kidney health. Leo, a man whose fashion sense was best described as thrift store chic with a dash of irony, sauntered in, burrito in hand, passing a stone. Huh, your mom's still got it. He grinned, taking a bite. Happy anniversary, by the way, to your parents' 22 years of glorious independence. Don't remind me, Cassie groaned. Speaking of glorious independence, Dad's supposed to have the key to the top floor apartment. I'd like to start moving my stuff up before my current landlord decides to evict me for excessive brooding. Did I say you could have it? Percy Thorne's booming voice, usually reserved for boardrooms, resonated through the phone a few minutes later. Cassie had called him hopeful. Well, you said if mean Lady Grimshaw ever kicked the bucket, Cassie began, her hope rapidly deflating. What is the problem? Percival. Fee's voice, surprisingly, cut through the background noise of Percy's office. She must have called him immediately after Cassie hung up. It is your building. Now, does your wife control this, too? Cassie heard a muffled exchange, then Percy's voice, strained. Listen, Fee, I'll call you back in 2 minutes. My secretary's passing a stone. Cassie snorted. Her father used that line so often, she suspected his secretary was a perpetual urological marvel. Percy returned, his tone apologetic, but with an underlying firmness that Cassie knew spelled doom. Cassandra, I'm sorry. I kind of promised it to your sister. Cassie blinked. What? Syrah, you mean half-sister. I thought she was away at law school, doing whatever it is future legal eagles do. Just graduated, top of her class at Veridia Bay University Law. And she's going to be starting at the prestigious Blackwood and Finch firm, which is why she's going to be living here in my building. Percy announced, a note of paternal pride in his voice that twisted a familiar knot in Cassie's stomach. Well, why does Syrah have to live in this building? Cassie practically shrieked, her dreams of skylights shattering like cheap glassware. Can't she live in one of your other ones? Or maybe a nice, cozy dumpster? I hear they're all the rage with aspiring lawyers these days. Oh, come on, Cassie. Look, it'll be good. Percy cajoled. The two of you finally getting to know each other, sharing the things that sisters share. And Syrah's a great kid. You really never gave her a chance. Well, maybe it wasn't all that convenient. What with Cassie growing up in the city riding the bus, while Princess Syrah spent her summers in the country riding her pony? Cassie muttered, the old resentment bubbling to the surface. Is that what this is about? Percy's voice shifted, a hint of exasperation. Cassandra, you want a pony? I'll get you a pony. Daddy, for me to be friends with Syrah, the pony would have to be a Mustang. Convertible. Cassie shot back, the familiar game of emotional one-upmanship already in full swing. Percy sighed. Okay, how about this? You take the apartment upstairs, and Syrah can move into this one. Cassie's ears perked up. Well, I like the part where I get the apartment upstairs. Just then, the door to Cassie's apartment swung open with a theatrical flourish. Standing there, radiating an almost blinding aura of sunshine and privilege, was Syrah Beaumont. Her chestnut hair cascaded over the shoulders of a perfectly tailored cream linen suit, and her smile was so wide, Cassie half expected it to be copyrighted. Hey, there, Sarah